Elden Ring is so hard that it's making me sad. I've been stuck at the starting boss for 10 hours and I feel like nothing I do is rewarding. This is what some players say about this game on Reddit. I have to confess this is not an easy game and I myself came across a lot of obstacles right from the very beginning. But Elden Ring is an absolutely fantastic game if you manage to find some workarounds. For example, you might be trapped into believing that you have to defeat the boss right from the start or follow the main story and get butchered at every step. But that's not true. Not only you will lose your time and patience, but you will never be able to defeat them, especially at the starting point. And that's because you lack equipment, stats and spells. So this is what you want to focus on in the first place. Without further ado, let's take a look at the best early level up methods that will bring you in a couple of hours to level 30, fully equipped and with improvements on your equipment which will help you cope with what's coming next. First of all, you'll want to kind of finish the first steps of the gameplay, open the door, let yourself beaten by this huge bug because there's no way you can beat him at the beginning, and you will finally end up in the open space. Talk with this NPC, unlock the grace and travel forward avoiding this first boss. You will soon arrive at Church of Ela, unlock the grace and move forward. Defeat all of these guys in this area and continue traveling north. Eventually you will notice this camp right here. Travel to this next grace which is somewhat close to the camp in the right side. And if you gathered enough runes by now, I would suggest using them to level up before fighting the enemies from the camp. You should know that if you die, you can recover the lost runes by traveling to the dead place and simply collecting them back, but if you die twice, you will lose all of your runes. Also, when you arrive at the grace, an NPC should appear and she will give you a ring to summon your horse. Wait for the night time or use the grace to pass time faster. Now what you want to do is to go back to Church of Ela, simply open the map and teleport back there. Here an NPC will appear once again and she will give you the so-called Lone Wolf ashes that will summon 3 wolves to assist you in battle. From now on we have everything we need to level up. So here's the strategy. Make sure your mana, HP and flasks are fully recharged. You can do that by simply going to any grace. You don't need to rest or something, you can simply leave immediately and all of your flasks and HP will be replenished. Go to equipment and click on the item so it will be considered in the selection menu here. Go near the camp and wait for this big guy to spot you. He's the strongest enemy in this camp, so pay extra attention to him. Summon your wolves and wait for him to spot you. While your wolves attack him, make sure you distract him while avoiding the hits, and sometimes when you have the chance, inflict some damage. You need to eliminate him as soon as possible. Also, you don't want to go too deep into the camp because there is a guy with a trumpet that will basically call all the enemies if he spots you. At first attempts, I would suggest killing the enemies around the left side of the camp because they will confuse you quite a bit. Take small steps and don't forget that you don't need to alarm this guy in the center. When you finish the camp storm, go back to the grace, spend your runes on leveling up, and when you leave the grace, you will notice that the enemies from the camp are already respawned. Do this over and over again until you reach level 17. By now you should have some of the equipment that these guys wear, which is pretty good, especially in the beginning. I personally like the helmet, the spear and the shield that this Lancer boss is wearing, which have some pretty decent stats and also look awesome. Now we can move to the next method, which is killing those horsemen. You will find them at this location on the map, really close to the same grace. You will notice that there are around 3 of them in this area. Only take one at a time because they deal a big amount of damage and you risk losing your runes if you die twice. When you get hit, use your flasks to regenerate your HP because after you kill each of those guys, the flasks will replenish. For each of them you will get around 400 runes, which is pretty decent. Use the horse to kill them because you can avoid the hits much easier. Whenever they get close to you, use space to charge away if you are playing on keyboard. I like to use this method until level 21. So as soon as we reach level 21, the next leveling up method is to kill those giants that you will find here on the map. Again, you'll want to use your horse and only take one at a time. It's 5 of them right here, and for each of them you will get around 1000 runes. I'll show you really quick how to get here. For all of these methods, of course that it will require a little bit of practice, so don't rush. In a nutshell, those are the 3 leveling up methods that helped me get to level 30 pretty fast. So this is it for today's video, guys. Let me know in the comment section if this helped you, and until next time, good luck gathering runes.